guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do my 10 products, some products that I really love, really like, I think are just awesome for under $10. And I'll link below, I just did 5 products under $5 if you want to go even cheaper. But you know, if it's either payday or you can stretch your wallet a little bit more, these are under $10. Still affordable, but under $10. Want to go cheaper? Check out the one for $5. And I'll try to do these every once in a while and just update, because there's just so many, you know, great, awesome products for great affordable prices. So the first products that I want to talk about under $10 are these Maybelline lipsticks. And I just think in general, Maybelline in the drugstore is I'll mention the other favorite type of lipsticks that I really like. I love the fact that they have so many different lines. They have the regular line of lipsticks, but they kind of like section them off into pinks and their reds and their purples and their nudes. And then they have their new creamy matte lipsticks. They have all of their nude lipsticks. So I feel like from the drugstore, they really have something to kind of offer every different type of skin tone. Like no matter what your skin tone, I feel like you're gonna find something for you in their lipstick line, and they have a lot of lipsticks. And I'll just mention a couple. And the first one, this is Make Me Pink. This is from their just kind of general lipstick line, but you have just a really nice wearable kind of pink. I mentioned this in my favorite lipsticks for work. This is just a great everyday for nighttime if you want to pair it with a smoky eye and nude eye, just wear it for work. But then you have like crazy deep colors like this one, Siren and Scarlet, and this is from their creamy matte line. And Maybelline lipsticks, depending where you go, if you go from like Target to Walmart to maybe Kmart, you can find them anywhere for $5, $5.50 and above. Sometimes I feel like Ulta might be more expensive, maybe about $7, $8. However, they do have buy one get one 50% off. Same thing as a drugstore, buy one get one 50% off. So for $5.50 and above, depending where you go. And the fact that I could find a matte kind of really pigmented red at the drugstore that I'd want to wear, I think that's freaking awesome. Now, mascara. I feel like honestly you really don't have to go high-end. I like to go high-end just because I like to, but you really don't have to go high-end to find a really good, you know, kind of quality mascara that does kind of what you want it to do. And I feel like the drugstore definitely does mascaras right. You just have to find the perfect one for you, and everybody's lashes are different, and some people are going to have very different opinions about different types of mascara. One that I personally really enjoy and love is the new or newer, it came out maybe more around the summertime, 2014, is the L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara. This is very voluminous. For me, I really like it because it's very lengthening. Target, Walmart, Kmart, they're gonna be way cheaper than maybe the drugstore, Walgreens, or Ulta, but you can always get deals there, like 20% off and stuff. So just depending where you go. But honestly, whether you go there to Ulta is probably gonna be maybe the more expensive, and the drugstore, but they're still gonna be below that $10 range. So anywhere $6.99 and above for this mascara. And I did a first impressions also around that summertime of 2014. I'll link that down below so you guys can check it out. And I just fell in love with this mascara because length is definitely what I like, and especially if I'm not gonna wear falsies like I am right now, these are fake, I definitely reach for this mascara. And I ran out of this, so I have to go buy a new one, but I like to try different ones out, which is why I haven't. But I know if I need a go-to mascara for the drugstore for length, I'm definitely gonna go for this Miss Manga. And I got the non-waterproof version. I know a friend of mine mentioned, she's like, ooh, the waterproof one kind of dries out on me really quickly. But I was like, is it waterproof? She's like, yeah. I was like, it's probably white, because this one, I didn't have that problem with that one. But I know some girls who maybe have very straight lashes, hard to curl lashes, tend to maybe go for the waterproof formula. But if you don't have that problem, I would definitely check this one out. Now, foundation, I definitely feel like that's definitely something kind of tricky to find, you know, for a good price. But the drugstore, if you search and you look and you find a great one, you know, for your kind of skin type and that has, you know, kind of your color range, you can find it. One of them, honestly, for beginners or just anybody that I always like to recommend, but especially if it's your first foundation, it's hard to kind of find your color, is the L'Oreal True Match. And this is really nice. This is a satin finish. However, for dry skin, this works too, because it is a satin finish. But even in the winter time, just moisturize your skin, or use kind of like sometimes I use more like those illuminator liquids and mix it with it, and it gives you that great finish. But this works for every kind of different skin type. and the fact this has like one of the biggest color ranges at the drugstore. So it's really, you know, easy to find your foundation color because it kind of, I don't know why I did that. They kind of separate, because they kind of separate them between, you know, cool, neutral, and warm. So once you kind of figure out what your tone is, then you can kind of pick your color a little bit better. And this, you can find it for $6 and above, less than $10, but starting at $6 for this kind of foundation that's honestly really, really awesome. So I think satin's really great for people who don't like matte, but they don't like, you know, kind of a dewy finish, but you can still make this a little bit dewy if you prefer for dry skin as well. And I'm a dry skin person and I love this foundation. Another foundation, specifically I would, if you're oily, steer away, go for the L'Oreal True Match, but if you're dry and you love a glow to your skin, I would definitely check out the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Dewy and Smooth. So this is honestly their original formula, and I never knew that this is an extremely dewy foundation. So therefore it's extremely freaking awesome for dry skin. And you can find this once again for $6 and above. Definitely less than 10. So that is really, really great. I am like kicking myself for never trying this foundation before because I love it. So I would definitely check this one out if you prefer dewy, or the L'Oreal True Match if you prefer more of a satin finish. Or if you prefer a matte finish, definitely check out the matte formula. They just came out with a matte formula for more oily to normal people if you prefer that type of finish. And then that's also still below $10. Now I wanted to mention one of my other favorite brands for lipstick, and they are the Milani Lipsticks. And these lipsticks are $5.99, so still very affordable. And I like their regular line of lipsticks, definitely the more creamy finishes. And like the one that I have here is nude cream. This is just a perfect nude for so many different skin tones. If you need a nude that's not gonna look, you know, kind of too light for you, definitely go for this one. And just the creaminess of the regular line is amazing. But if you love matte, you want to get on that matte trend, I definitely love their creamy matte lipsticks. And I'll swatch this one for you. Something pigmented like that, like that's just amazing for the drugstore. The pigmentation is awesome on these, and this was the matte orchid color. I did a lip swatch video of the Milani matte lipsticks that just came out, so definitely check out that one for more colors. I just love the pigmentation, the longevity of these, and I like the fact that now they have matte if you prefer matte, or the creamy line if you prefer creamy. All beautiful. Now, if you're someone who doesn't prefer liquid liner, I definitely, you know, am someone who also likes a gel liner. And a gel liner that I really enjoy, one of the ones that I wanted to mention, this was the L'Oreal Paris Infallible gel liner. And you can get this for about $7.99. I really like this one, along with the Maybelline one, was one of my favorites. But I wanted to mention this one today, especially since I just threw out the Maybelline one. I forgot I was saving it for this video. But I really like the L'Oreal one, the blackness of it, and honestly this just kind of glides on really, really smoothly, so I feel like it's definitely like user friendly. Yeah, I'm just a winged liner lover, so I love the fact that a gel liner from the drugstore really does compete with more of these high-end products. So if you're a starter or if you're advanced, I would definitely check this one out. Now, foundation brushes. Foundation brushes are a little bit tricky to kind of find a good quality one for a great price. Honestly, like the foundation brushes, maybe even for like, you know, cheaper brands, maybe like Makeup Geek or Sigma, they're gonna cost you maybe around like the $15, $17 range. But thank God for Real Techniques brushes, because you can get this expert face brush, kind of like a buffing brush to kind of buff on like your liquid foundation, or as well as I like to kind of pat this on with my cream bronzer. And you can get Real Techniques at Ulta, but now I'm seeing them at Walgreens, so if you don't have an Ulta, check out your Walgreens, maybe they have it. But this expert face brush was only $8.99, so to get a really great quality buffing brush for your foundation for less than $10, I think that's really great. I love the quality of theirs, like their original line. They definitely have other, you know, brushes they're coming out with, but honestly this does me just as well. A concealer from the drugstore that I really, really like are these Maybelline Fit Me Concealers, and I have the color 20 Sand Sable, so this is a little bit lighter than my regular skin tone because I specifically like to also kind of highlight, so I like doing that. I like the fact that it has a little wand, so it's really easy to kind of apply under the eyes, and this thing has just been going and going. Just when I think it's gonna be done, it's still going. So the amount of product you get in it, I think it's really well, especially given the fact that I not only use it for under my eyes, I use it to bridge my nose, kind of my forehead, I use it everywhere, and this bad boy has lasted me a good long while. The fun part about it is that honestly you can get this for about $5, anywhere from like $5 to the $8 range depending where you go, so I think that's a really great price. And I like the fact that this isn't too drying under my eyes, because I feel like that's my problem that I get. I can moisturize and moisturize, but sometimes I feel like some concealers are a little bit too dry, but this is definitely more moisturizing of the concealers that I've tried. And the coverage, I would say it's definitely a light, but you can also make it a medium coverage, so it's pretty buildable depending on your liking, so it doesn't ever really like cake up on me because I don't want to go that far with my concealer. Blushes. I feel like blushes are kind of tricky to find at the drugstore that I like. They're definitely stepping their game up at the drugstore, I gotta say though, and with a lot of things. And in general, blushes is definitely something I feel like that drugstore brands are definitely coming out with more really great ones. And specifically, I like the ones from Milani. I like the baked blushes, but something that I think a lot more people might want, because some people don't like, you know, that baked kind of sheen on your cheeks. Maybe more of a matte blush, personal preference. If you don't, you know, just depends on you. But I wanted to mention the matte blushes, and these are the just powder blushes. These are the rose type ones. They kind of have like a rose figurine going on here. And these are only about $7.99. I get my Milani products at Walgreens. I think they also have them at Walmart as well. And this is the one in Romantic Rose. But if you want just an everyday blush, and honestly you get a lot of product. This is a pretty big kind of blush palette going on here for $7.99. I really like these, but this is a great everyday neutral, and they have two other colors of these matte blushes, but if not, their baked blushes are amazing as well. If you prefer more of a sheen, also below $10. The last item is one that I really like. If you're someone who likes to highlight around your face, I would definitely recommend this L'Oreal Magic Lumi highlighter. This is a really great thin consistency, so if maybe you're someone who doesn't have dark circles, or if you prefer using a kind of corrector tone underneath your eyes and then use this, you want kind of light product, you don't want to go too heavy with the product, you don't want to cake up. It's not really heavy, so you can do still kind of like a very light face, not too heavy, kind of very neutral everyday, where it doesn't look like you're wearing too much product, so I really like that. And this just made the cut too, $9.99, and you know, depending where you get it, you can probably get it for even cheaper, maybe like at Kmart or Walmart, but this a little bit goes a long way. So I know I really wanted kind of like that MAC highlighter and light boost, and I, you know, interchange between these two, but if I ever have to buy a highlighter again, I think I would honestly just go to this one for maybe about half the price than those type of MAC high-end highlighters. I can live without that one. This works just as well. So if you're someone who definitely wants to experiment with like the highlighting and contouring type things, and you want something really light, you know, that's not gonna add, you know, more product to your makeup, I would definitely check this one out. So those were the 10 products under $10. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Depending on the area where you're at, you can always find these maybe for cheaper, or they might still be a little bit more, hopefully cheaper. Just find those places like Kmart or Walmart or Target. They're definitely gonna be cheaper, or the deals at Ulta. I'll make sure to link down below the 5 items under $5, and just keep a lookout every time I kind of have products I want to mention and share with you guys. I'll definitely post updated like volume 1, volume 2 videos of those, so make sure to subscribe to keep up with more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.